Hello, everybody. My name is Sneaky Snake. Today, I wanted to do a quick vanilla Panoceana list review. I'm going to be breaking up the format a little bit because usually it's just me playing MO, but I'm currently in the process of painting my MO models, and I just wanted to try something different. So, yeah, here we are. List title is Dr. Robotniks Mechanical Menagerie. The reason I've given it this beautiful title is because this list is basically full of as many structure units as possible. Um, it's kind of a meme approach to list building, where if I want to like spice up something, it doesn't matter what sectorial I'm playing. I'll usually think of like a list idea, like maybe I want like engineers to get maximum value, or like I want a doctor to get maximum value in this list. And then I will basically build around creating and generating as much value out of that one particular unit. So for this one, I decided to go the engineer route. So I'm just going to go over the list really quick, and then I'll talk about the game that I played, who I played against, like what sectorial, and then yeah, how everything performed. So we've got a Red Eye, who obviously is solo because can't link, and then we've got a Boltier linked with a Blade Engineer, super great unit. I've got a Machinist with the arm turret linked up with the Palbot, and then I've got a Scarecrow Killer Hacker, and I'm bringing him mostly to deploy normally, and then just kind of like run around and execute my opponent's hackers and whatnot. Then I've got a Fugazi with a tactical awareness Pathfinder, and then a Fennec hacker, just for some more hacking presence. The reason I'm taking the Fennec hacker really is because like a ton of these units have repeaters, and to make good use out of the repeater, I want I want a normal hacker that can kind of act defensively and whatnot. He's not amazing, right? But he can do stuff. He's got a well, sorry, he's not amazing in the sense of like a what you call it, like a hacker. Like his hacking capability is not insane, but he has so much utility outside the hacking. Like he's got a fast pander, he's got an emitter, he's relatively cheap, only 16 points. He has 3 BTS, so Fennec hacker, super good profile. Um, then we've got the Tech B, makes sense. They exist. Uh, the Tick Belong with +2 LT orders. I don't know. So for people watching, if you haven't used this profile, you totally should. It is absolutely excellent. Basically, the reason why I'm putting him in the second group is because he gives himself 2 orders from the LTs, and then he also is giving himself tactical awareness order. And it's so many orders to be able to just run around your DZ and like find any angle possible to shoot at people. Just super, super good profile. Um, and then I've got another Pathfinder with tactical awareness, Mulebot, Evo, hacking, and then Fugazi and Warfare. Um, yeah, so what to say? Well, basically, my opponent was Hackney, per usual, and he was playing Torchlight Brigade, also per usual. And as I kind of said before, I wanted to build a list around like utilizing the engineering skill to the maximum potential. Um, and I wouldn't say this is necessarily like an incredibly competitive list, and I will get into why, because yeah, its flaws really came out in the match that I played. But yeah, it's just like I feel like it can really help you get used to like utilizing a certain skill, specifically like the engineering skill, or like learning how to use structure units and whatnot. Um, but yeah, it was pretty fun, even though I got like totally smoked. And I guess I can get into that now. So we were playing Mindwipe, and I had I had rolled first turn. Um, well. my opponent won the roll, and he got to choose deployment. So I was like, okay, I'll take first. The there were a couple units who like really shone on the first turn. So the red eye did excellent. Um, just because he's super fast. He can move 8/8 because of his jump and then super jump. And then on top of that, yeah, he's just a good gunfighter. He can get into places that he's not supposed to be in. He has a nice kit. And the thing is, like, the reason why he's so good is because he just stacks mods on mods on mods. So he's got like the min -6, can't claim cover, obviously, because he's a flyer, but he has dodge -3. So, like, defensively, trying to kill this guy is a pain in the butt. There was one point where my opponent had spotlit my red eye and was trying to guided missile him, and I was literally on better odds to dodge than he was to shoot me, just because like the close range bands, on top of the fact that I'm giving him a -3 from my dodge. It's so funny. Um, and then he's also pretty tanky. He's got like arm 6, BTS 6. So honestly, really great unit. And he was able to just kind of fly around in the beginning, take some shots at people, and he took a wound. But I was able to speedball him. So super effective unit. And then I had some like two other units that were really stand out. So the Scarecrow, I deployed him in camouflage state so that he could get the tactical awareness order from the data pack. That's like a special mission rule in Mindwipe. Yeah, he did really well. He like pushed a button, went and did a classified, shot some people, killer hacked some people. Honestly, just really great unit. I mean, I always knew Scarecrows were good, but um, yeah, it's just more fuel for the fire of wow, this unit can really do a lot. Um, and then the tick was also another notable mention. Um, Basically, like he just stood up, shot a Moonraker, and then because he has like 50 million orders, he could just run across the order or run across the table, and then um, he was able to take a fight against Jamie. He was able to shoot some other people. So honestly, just great unit overall. Um, and yeah, he's just able to do a lot. Um, Especially like with the lieutenant profile, like you're just getting so many orders. Yeah, he just functions really well as as an ARO clear, especially because he's got like mimetism and high BS and all that jazz. Um, that being said, this will come into effect, but I definitely should have brought a magistrate with chain of command, just because if you're bringing an active LT, it's always a pretty good idea to just bring along a um a chain of command option, just so your guy, like your lieutenant, isn't instantly sniped and then you're in loss. So, and that's literally what happened to me. So next, what happened in the game was my opponent went, and I would say that the two things of the biggest note were the fact that he had Jamie Arantes and two Wave Riders, one of which being a hacker. And it's really funny because like I don't think people think of Torchlight as like this like incredible hacking faction. I mean, they're definitely solid at hacking, but nobody looks at them and they're like, oh yes, these guys can beat vanilla combined army. But honestly, Wave Riders are just an excellent unit. They have BTS 6, so and they have pitchers, which means a lot of times you're taking fights through repeaters, which means in reality you're more like BTS 9. And these guys are so hard to kill with a KHD, like just insanely hard. Um, that's because like I think you have to roll a 16 and up, or your opponent has to roll 16 and up to take a wound, and that's it's hard. It's really hard to get that sometimes. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, just incredible unit. And then on top of that, the Oblivion +1 burst is really good, especially against a faction or a list like this, where you've got so many hackable choices. You can just start throwing pitchers all over the place. You're on 3 dice to Oblivion people. Yeah, it was terrible. And that's basically what my opponent did. He like just started pitching all over the place. He started hacking my units. He isolated my tick blong in one go, and then he immobilized it later. And then my red eye got Spotlit, and he started like guided missiling him, and it was crazy. There were just like so many states on the board, and that was the other thing too. Like it's not even the hacking that's so dangerous against this list. It's also like EM because all of your main pieces are affected by EM, and so for that reason, like yeah, it's just it was tough. And Torchlight is a O12 faction, so they get a lot of access to non-lethals, and yeah, I was getting thrown all over the place. Um, what else? Yeah, I mean, the Bull tier did pretty good. Um, he ran up, shot a Moonraker, and then used uh, his repeater range to allow the Scarecrow to kill one of the Wave Riders. So that was good. That's a good way to kill Wave Riders is to use your own repeaters, um, because if you're taking away theirs, like their firewall, and you're adding your own, it makes you tankier while also simultaneously making them less tankier. So yeah, that's a good way to get rid of them. Um, the Pathfinders did a couple things. They mostly just like cleared mines and then died because, you know, Pathfinders. Um, the Mulebot did put like marksmanship on my Boltier, and he did he did fine. But yeah, overall, I got to spend one turn on the offensive, and then I spent the rest of the game trying to recover, because my opponent just like put everybody into LOL, isolated everybody, just started throwing down a mobilization like all over the place. It was rough. Um, but yeah, I mean, he played really well. He played exactly how he should have. Just throwing repeaters all over the place, hacking my units. That's exactly how you deal with a list like this. And that kind of puts me into the obvious weakness of this list, and that being everything is hackable. Obviously, you've got like a few non-hackable units, like the engineers and the tech beat, and then I guess the war core, and that's it. But yeah, like everything is hackable. So if your opponent has not only hackers but also pitchers, you're gonna suffer a lot. But it was really fun. I wouldn't knock this list just on the basis that it has like a really big weakness, because there's ways to get around it. I was really just kind of memeing by taking so many expensive pieces like the Red Eye and the Tick. I think in reality, if I was like wanting to make this really competitive, what I'd probably do is take like a couple more KHDs, um, to like really be able to clear the way in the midfield, and then really like allow my other fast units to just do a lot of work. I think another thing that I could have done really is like if you're taking an Evo, you can actually throw marksmanship on a Pathfinder, and this dude can work. Like he can just kind of run around and just totally annihilate people with BS14. Um, like because he's getting the marksmanship, and yeah, he can definitely do a lot. Um, I mean, annihilate's a strong word. He can be a gunfighter, I guess you could say. It was also missing defensive tools. Like there's no Helots, as you can see, and notably there's also no TR bots. I think if I had had those, my opponent would have struggled a little bit more to be able to do the mission. But I didn't bring any, just because really I couldn't like afford them. And so that's probably another change I would make is trying to fit in more reactionary pieces. Um, but like in reality, this list was kind of just seeing like, okay, what is the like mechanized capability of vanilla Pano? And specifically, I was really wanting to test out like what's the bold tier like in vanilla, what's red eye like, what's the tick belong like, and they all did really well. Um, the red eye is just so fast. This guy, especially with speedball, just feels kind of unstoppable at times. But yeah, honestly, just super fun list. Not the most competitive, but if you want to play like a really fun mechanized list, I would definitely give this a try because I really enjoyed it, even though I got totally smoked by hacking. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you want to try the list out. It was fun for me, but maybe the bad times will ensue for you and you won't have as much fun. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.